Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BBB Sharing. This is Joshua, and today we have Sharyn Mann. How are you doing? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Tell me a little bit. You're here today. You've done a podcast before. What is going on today? Here, move the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth so we can hear you. Here, put it closer to where this the surface area. You're talking to the surface area of your mouth. Here, I got it. You're all good. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you're fine. All righty. So let us know.
Okay, so hi, I'm Sharyn Mann. I'm with River City Home Staging and Interior Design, and that's basically what I do. And I want to talk today a little bit about staging and expectations and what I get asked a lot about when I'm staging or considering a project. And one of the things people ask is, I know that you hear a lot about staging nowadays, and people ask me, do you have to stage your home in order to sell it? Is that required? And the answer is no, it's not required, but it is suggested. In today's market, people want to be able to come in, look at your home, and be able to picture themselves in it. And staging does that. And that's what we try to do at River City, and to create a design that will reach a wide audience, or a diverse audience that's trendy with not only furnishings but color as well, so that we get a lot of traffic at your open houses. And it's something that at times your realtor will also suggest. Now, realtors don't pay for staging typically, but they will suggest it to you, and it's at the cost of the homeowner normally, which is something else people ask me a lot. Do I have to pay for the staging? Yes, you do, and it is separate. But a realtor may suggest it just to give your home a newer look inside as well as outside.
Okay. Very interesting. So I know I wanted to talk about this a little bit more. You had a magazine that you were featured in, correct?
Yes, it's called Upscale Life. It's a residential magazine that is, in the edition that I'm in, is featuring services for the home, and it's being distributed in Chesterfield County primarily. I'm also re-energizing my business and launching a new website soon, www.rivercityhomestaging.com. So I'm excited about a lot of things that are going on right now.
Okay. So within this whole new rebranding of yourself, what are some challenges that you've run into?
Well, I think my biggest challenge, which has always been has been marketing and finding the right marketing venue to make sure that it reaches out to the client that I want to attract, and of course that it's affordable, which is something the Better Business Bureau allows me to do through these podcasts as well, is to get my name out there, get my brand out there. And it's been a good partnership, I feel, because that's really helped. As a matter of fact, the magazine found me through your Better Business Bureau. So I think it's been a good avenue for my business.
That's awesome. Is there any other things that you're adding on to your business?
Well, I also do interior design. Now, the difference is you have to decide if you want staging or interior design. Staging is typically temporary furnishings, where interior design is normally a homeowner that plans on staying in their home, and I'm going to do a design based on their likes, what they like to see every day and what they want to live with, not just live with temporarily until they sell their home. So I do both. I do both interior design and staging.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you like to do better? Or let's say, what do you like to do more, but what do you do better at? Because sometimes that's not the same.
I like them both, honestly. For me, the pleasure is in seeing the finished product and seeing a customer that's very happy. I've done a few houses where the houses have sold within 2 weeks, and that makes me happy as well, because that is the goal, is to partner in a way with your realtor and with the homeowner to get their house sold. Your home is the biggest investment that you make in your life, as far as I'm concerned. So, and you always want a return on your investment. I think staging can get you there, get it sold faster. The statistics say that staged homes sell faster than a non-staged home, and I think that's true in most cases. So I think if you put that value into it, you'll get that value back when it's time to sell.
Okay. Do you see any changes when it comes to, I know everyone has their specific design or, what they like of their house, but do you see kind of like a shift in kind of modern decor?
I think it depends on the style of home. The last home I did was a mid-century modern, which is actually one of my favorite style houses. And it was a client that had a very dark room, didn't get much light in, and all her furniture was big and dark. But she wanted leather furniture. She had to have leather furniture. And I was able to find leather, but just find it in lighter colors and give her what she wanted, but at the same time give her what made sense in the room.
I see what you mean. Okay. What are some things? I think I asked you last time. I don't remember, but what are some things that you kind of take into account when you are doing staging? When are you doing this design?
When I'm doing staging, the first thing I'm going to ask the homeowner is what demographic they're trying to sell to. Like I've had a home where they had a room that I could have turned into a nursery, but the homeowner says, "Well, this neighborhood is all families that pretty much their parents own those homes, and they bought them or moved into them after their parents had moved on." So we don't get a lot of. They had an elementary school in the area, but they don't have a lot of babies or new parents. So it doesn't make sense in those cases to stage something as a nursery if that's not going to be the demographic that is going to be looking at your home. But if you lived in the home, especially for any length of time, you pretty much know who you're trying to attract or who you will more than likely attract that will look at your home.
I see what you mean.
And that's who I try to. I want to stage to a broad base, but at the same time, like I said, what is the sense of spending money to stage an additional room as a nursery when you're not going to get that person that's looking for that?
It's a small percentage that's going to be looking for that. That makes sense.
I'd rather appeal to the broader demographic. So that I'll usually ask the homeowner. If the homeowner doesn't know, I'll typically ask the realtor if the realtor's involved.
Gotcha.
Who do you think will come to the open houses? Who are you actually trying to market to? Now, with interior design, it's different because you're not selling typically. So I'm going to come in and sit down and talk to you about the colors you like, the environment you want to be in, the types of furnishings you like. It's geared totally towards you. So I get satisfaction from both. The satisfaction in the staging is when it comes together and the house gets sold. In interior design, it's seeing a client that's very happy and loves being in their home and in that environment that I've changed for them.
Yeah. Okay. Were there any more questions that you usually get from people that you can think of? It's really interesting how sometimes there's always those questions that everybody asks that you're always ready for. So,
well, let me talk a little bit about how, if you decide to stage, how to start the process.
Okay.
I think the best thing, most stagers pretty much work the same way. We like to come out first of all and do a consultation. During the consultation, normally what we do is look at the rooms, because not necessarily every room has to be staged.
Yeah.
You have 5 bedrooms. You don't have to stage 5 bedrooms. I would suggest doing the master bedroom at least. But we like to take measurements, see how the rooms are set up, because that helps us determine how much furniture you need. Now, you can find a stager either. Well, for me, I'm on Thumbtack. You can find me through Thumbtack. You can also go to the RESA, which is the Real Estate Staging Association webpage, and they'll list stagers in your area by zip code. You can find someone there. Of course, you can find through the local Better Business Bureau is another great resource. I'm there, and so are some of the other stagers. So once you decide on someone, I would suggest contacting them through either email, or if the phone number's available, contact them and call them and talk to them directly about what your needs are. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to sell your home? Do you have some furniture already? Because there are times when we can incorporate that into the design.
Yeah.
If it fits. Not always, but if that furniture fits. in with the design. Sometimes we can.
Okay.
But the consultations are usually a fee to come out and visit and take those measurements and pictures normally, so that then we can start on your design. Now, some stagers have their own inventory that they use at their stagings. What they call a non-inventory stager. So I don't keep furniture readily in a storage warehouse or available. I rent my furniture from a rental warehouse, and I do that because I feel it helps me create a unique design every time I do a home. So even if I have two houses next to each other that look alike, your design is not going to look like that person's. I want it to be different because I want to draw that buyer to your home. But I do, by using the rental warehouse, it allows me to do that, and it also keeps me up on the latest trends in furniture and color and that type of thing. So
Okay.
I just think that's just the way I do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been working. So
Yeah.
how can people get in contact with you?
You can reach me either at my email, which is rchsllc3@gmail.com, River City Home Staging LLC3@gmail.com.
Awesome. All right. Any numbers?
Yeah, you can reach me at 804-365-2357 as well.
All right. Everybody who's listening, thank you guys. And thank you, Sharyn, Miss Mann, for showing up. You can always see this podcast and others on BBB Sharing on our Spotify and our YouTube, and also come to some of our events that we've got. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.